and welcome to Music at the Piano. Today we are looking at pages 126 and 127 in Mayron Cole's Older Beginner Level 2 textbook. Because it is Memorial Day weekend here in the United States, I thought I would share how to play the main tune for the song America the Beautiful, which was the tune itself that is commonly used with the lyrics. Was composed by an Episcopal choir master out east called Samuel Ward, and he composed it in 1882. The poem for the words was written by Catherine Lee Bates in 1893. She was an English professor in out east in Massachusetts, and she had taken a leave of absence to be a college professor at Colorado College in Colorado Springs. And that is where Pikes Peak is located. And so she was inspired to write this poem after visiting Pikes Peak. Should you find yourself heading to Pikes Peak, do your online research, because if you want to, you might be able to pick up a sandwich to eat on the Cog Railway. You can also drive up there, but it's fun to take the Cog Railway. And then be sure to get the high elevation donuts in the gift shop at the top. They have a special recipe for making donuts at that high elevation, and they're very delicious donuts, and everybody raves about them. And the day I was there, it was a special trail run that I can't offhand recall the name of, but I rode up with a woman who hadn't made the cut. They cut you off at a certain point in time and send you back because you need to get to the top by a certain time. I don't know if it was because of the weather or what, but her husband was making it to the top. She had not made the cut and had to go back, and she was taking the Cog Railway up to meet him because it was very cold and wet and snowing, and she wanted to make sure he was okay. And I ended up being on the Cog train ride down with them and lending him the blanket that I grabbed out of my car because I hadn't brought a jacket, but I had a little fleece blanket, so I took that to be warm at the top. So that's my story. That's the only time I've been to Pikes Peak, but I would go again. Anyway, the rhythm here, you got some dotted quarter note rhythms, and you've got a pickup note. So if you're going to clap and count this, first of all, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then you have a repeat, first ending, repeat, second ending. So I'll give it to you in solfege because I think this is in C major. So, so, mi, mi, so, so, re, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, so. So, so, mi, mi, so, so, re, 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 D, or do sharp, re, re, mi, la, re, so, mi, re, do, ti, ti, do, re, ti, la, so, do, la, la, do, so, la, do, so, re, do. That's kind of all over the place. Now, it's a pretty straightforward fingering, except you have to use finger 2 over here to the D for the B, and I would use it again over here. Let me go over the left hand. So you start with finger 2 on G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, and then down a fourth, up a second, up a second, up a second, up a second, cross over, down a third, switch back to finger 2, down a third, up a third, repeated note, down a fourth, then the right hand, blah, 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 blah. And you have, this is from here to here, up a fifth, A, down a second, then just take your second finger up to B, 2, thumb behind, 1, 2, and then your thumb and your second finger, like that. And then the right hand part, you're going to start with finger 3 on D, because you have 2 down a half step on C sharp. There's a little secondary dominant thing going on here. And finger 3 on the D again, up a second to E. Finger 2, finger 3, finger 2, lots of finger 2. So here it is, slowly hands together. I'm trying to figure out the C sharp would be, I don't know what's going on there harmonically, but it's interesting. 1, ready, play. Then switch back to finger 2 here. 1 and 2 and 3. Move to finger 2 on B. Thumb behind. First ending, 2, 3, back to the here. And that is part of an ensemble piece, which I'm going to see if I can figure out how to put all of that on tracks together so that you could play it as an ensemble piece if you wanted. And then that's what the blanks here are for. If you were playing with 4 other people on electric keyboards, what instrument would you have it set at? All right, have fun. Thank you.